This is day 4 of David's preliminary hearing in 5 minutes, and let me just warn you, this one's dark. Friday's testimony included explicit details regarding the alleged essay of a child, pregnancy, and abortion, as well as the condition of Celeste's remains. So please consider yourself warned. Day 4 began with testimony from Dr. Grant Ho, the LA County Deputy Medical Examiner who performed Celeste's autopsy. Dr. Ho testified that Celeste's body was already in an advanced state of decomposition when it was discovered inside the front trunk of David's Tesla. Parts of her body had begun to liquefy. Portions of her head were skeletonized, and her left eye was missing. Because of the decomposition, Dr. Ho could not determine the exact date Celeste died. He could only conclude that she had been dead for at least several weeks and possibly several months. Celeste's arms and legs had been separated from her torso using some type of powered tool. However, the condition of her remains prevented the medical examiner from identifying the specific tool used. 2 of her fingers had also been severed. One of those fingers had previously carried a tattoo that read David. Dr. Ho identified 2 penetrating injuries to Celeste's upper body. One entered through the right side of her abdomen and damaged her liver. The second entered the lower left portion of her chest and damaged her ribs and structures inside her chest. Dr. Ho determined that those injuries occurred while Celeste was still alive and that either injury could potentially have been fatal. He estimated that she may have survived for only minutes, although it was possible that she remained alive for as long as approximately 1 hour. Her death was classified as a homicide caused by sharp force injuries. Toxicology testing was limited because investigators did not have usable blood. Instead, testing was performed on her liver tissue. An initial screening suggested the possible presence of benzodiazepines and methamphetamine. Additional testing came back for benzodiazepines, while the result involving methamphetamine remained inconclusive. Dr. Ho testified that he could not determine that methamphetamine contributed to Celeste's death. The available evidence also did not support concluding that she died from an overdose. During cross-examination, the defense emphasized that decomposition may affect toxicology results, and Dr. Ho agreed. As the medical examiner described the condition of Celeste's remains and the injuries that caused her death, David remained seated at the defense table and was pretty much stoic, the same way he had been all week. Later that afternoon, LAPD robbery homicide detective Corey Farrell, not sure how you pronounce that, returned to the witness stand. There he testified about evidence recovered from David's iPhone and iCloud account. Investigators allegedly found more than 40 sexually explicit images involving Celeste, including photographs classified as CSAM, child essay material. Celeste was either 13 or 14 years old when the images were created. Because of their explicit content, the photographs were not publicly displayed in the courtroom. Instead, Detective Farrell described them individually, Less explicit photographs were shown, including images of Celeste and David kissing, lying together in bed, and displaying matching or related tattoos. As the detective began describing the explicit photographs, Celeste's mother started crying while her father lowered his head. Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman walked over and attempted to comfort Celeste's mother. According to the courtroom reporting, Silverman told her, "This is too much, I know how hard this is." Celeste's parents then left the courtroom before the descriptions continued. Investigators also recovered messages discussing sex, contraception, Plan B, pregnancy, and abortion. Prosecutors alleged that David and Celeste began communicating in August 2022, when Celeste was only 11 years old. They alleged the sexual relationship began in November 2023, when Celeste was 13 and David was 18. In messages from January 2024, David reportedly told Celeste, "I'm sorry for putting you through this." Celeste responded, "It's okay, neither of us are capable of watching and taking care of the baby. It's for the best, no?" David then asked, "Is it mine?" And Celeste replied, "Of course it's yours, David." David later wrote, "Let this abortion be the last one till we have the real one." These messages were presented as evidence that Celeste became pregnant at 13 and underwent an abortion more than 1 year after her death. Additional messages showed growing tension between them. Celeste reportedly expressed regret about the abortion and later confronted David about the nature of their relationship. Approximately 1 month before prosecutors alleged she was killed, Celeste reportedly told David that she no longer wanted anything to do with him in person. She wrote, "We can't be friends online, and I don't want to have anything to do with you in person anymore." She continued, "All we do is have sex and hang out, man. I want more for myself. Without a label, too, is insane." David allegedly responded, "Yeah, boundary setting is terrible." Celeste replied, "It's not even that, David. I want more than just that." Prosecutors argued that the messages document the alleged sexual abuse, Celeste's pregnancy and abortion, and increasing conflict in their relationship before her death. The hearing was continued until Monday, July 27th, with the detective expected to return to the stand for what is expected to be the final day of the preliminary hearing. After that, the judge will decide whether the prosecution has presented enough evidence for David to stand trial. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, share, follow, do all the things so that you can continue to get these direct updates.